I'll just tell you that I like to teach in a way, which is very discussion oriented. Okay, I don't like to read books in a very, in a very boring manner kind of a thing. Okay, so I like discuss a lot of things with the help of the book, the material that have been given to you. Okay, so don't worry, just try to discuss with me, and with discussions, you will gain a lot. Okay,
Yes.
you will explore together. So don't take it as a very curriculum oriented class thing.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I'll be using a PPT whenever you feel like coming, or whenever you feel like interrupting. You can do so. So
Okay,
let me share the PPT. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start. Ryan, can you see that?
Yeah. Yeah.
The PPT is visible to you, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So, see, this is just to tell you, I use textbook and some concepts, that are there in the other textbook as well, so that when you write things in the exam, concepts in the exam, you fetch, something greater than or something more than what other students are getting. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just a thing. If you want to, the thing is, I'll give you PPT as well as notes, summary notes at the end. So, not an issue for you. You can read it later.
Yes, sir.
So, see, this is your content, right? Like,
Yeah.
Unit 1 entrepreneurial concept functions, okay? An entrepreneurial journey, right? See, the thing is, most of the international board use this book, the second book of Cambridge, okay? And we will be using this Cbse book, right?
Yeah, the Cbse one.
But since I also teach international student, I'll tell you concepts that are there in international book. When I say concepts, I mean words, keywords. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you are aware of keywords, so even when you are talking to somebody writing an exam, or you become an entrepreneur yourself, you are more aware, and it portrays good on your personality. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let's start. We'll keep discussing, not an issue.
Okay.
So this is your first chapter, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You can switch off your camera if you like. Okay. We'll be discussing mostly. So, Rihan, uh, do you have some basic idea of what business and entrepreneurship is? Tell me. I mean, just whatever not a definition. Just take it
So
easy.
entrepreneurship is like the process of which the entrepreneur starts his enterprise. The whole process can be summarized as entrepreneurship.
Mhm.
And
Yes,
an
I
entrepreneur
think
works out he starts his own business.
yes. That defines 60% of the thing. Okay,
Yeah.
so you are almost 60% there. Why not? Why you're not 100% there? I'll let you know. Right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, the thing is, you said the people who set up enterprise, right?
Yeah.
That's good, but that's the end result, isn't it? That you set up an
Yes.
enterprise. Whenever we want to set up an enterprise, there is some motive behind it.
Yeah.
Okay? And the motive is personal as well as the larger goal that you are trying to achieve.
Yes.
Okay. So if you see what Peter Drucker said, you can quote this in your examination. Just getting the real thing. Okay. We will not concentrate on the whole sentences, because we are not, we are not small kids. So we will see the important things, and then you can write it down in the examination in your own way.
Yes.
Yeah, that will save your time, and you will learn more relevant concepts. So Peter Drucker said, that one who always searches for an opportunity, right?
Yeah.
So entrepreneurship is the one who sets up the enterprise and things like that. That's the end goal. But what does the opportunity mean here? Isn't it? That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll tell you something. See, whenever we see the market, whenever we go to the streets, or maybe we go to some, let's say, some shop. Okay. Whenever we hear people, there is some or the other kind of activity going on. Okay, buying and selling activity.
Yes, sir.
Right. Most of the thing that we buy is to solve a problem. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
For example, we are hungry, we need bread. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, somebody saw that, okay, in 21st century, people have very limited time, right? And in that limited time, they don't want to cook most of the time, isn't it? That's the story with most of the bachelors,
Yes.
right? So what to do? So this is a problem statement, isn't it? That's a problem. We have less time to cook. We want to earn more. We want to concentrate our energy on studying and building businesses, right? So who's going to devote, for 3 hours cooking a day? That led to innovation. That led to opportunity for somebody to create a packaged food product.
Yes, sir.
Fast food is a brilliant example of a modern day need, right? No, you just have to grab a hamburger. You can simply make some sort of noodles, or get some sort of ready-made let's say biscuits, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So why is there a need of such thing, and who saw the need? So the need is because there is some kind of a problem that the people are facing. There is demand for it, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So somebody very smart will see that there is demand for such things and will try to supply. And
Yeah.
this demand is the opportunity in terms of your entrepreneurial journey. So someday when you go on street, you see, okay, people need this thing. Maybe they don't have it. Why don't I create it? Why don't I build it? Somebody saw that people were finding it difficult to get taxi, and they set up an enterprise, and today it's known as Ola Uber, right?
Yeah.
So at primary stage, what Peter Drucker means to say that the one who
Yeah.
searches for opportunity. So today, if you end up searching for an opportunity, when we say opportunity means trying to solve a problem that people are facing. You make a product that solves the problem. You supply the product. You become an entrepreneur. So
Yes, sir.
I do a lot of consulting for private firms. They ask me what product market fit. You must have heard a lot about this.
Yeah.
So what is this product market fit? It's very simple. You see an opportunity. You build a product that exactly fits the need of the people. And this whole process is only when you are able to see an opportunity.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it a brilliant example of what Peter Drucker said?
Yeah.
Are you satisfied with my example and my explanation
Yes,
of health?
yes, sir.
Got it. Now let's see. Do one thing. I don't want to be a lecturer. Okay. So now you give
Yeah.
me an example. Any example. I mean, don't care. Just give me an example.
Um,
How?
the hotels, you can say,
Right. I mean,
because
what are they solving?
so they're trying to solve like when travelers like travel to other places and they need a place to stay. So they're
Hmm.
trying to fix the problem of where they can stay by opening hotels.
Okay. And brilliant. And one more thing. If you answer that, two more things rather. If you answer that, you've got it. So tell me one thing. Hotels are mostly located at some places and they are not very much available at the other places. Why is it?
Because like the places where they're available are the places where people mostly
Hello.
stay. You can say.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I think I missed your line. Please come again.
So the places that have more hotels are like places where people travel to a lot more than compared to where there are very less hotels.
Brilliant. And can you tell me one thing?
Yeah.
Uh, who's the person or who are the people who are able to identify this?
Uh, Problem solvers, or you can say when they are identified, they start their own business. They're entrepreneurs.
Brilliant, brilliant. So only a problem solver is an entrepreneur. Okay,
Yeah.
right? And that is where innovation comes in. There are problems that you can solve by building a hotel.
Yeah.
But I'll give you a brilliant example. Suppose there is a hotel that is not able to sell, their rooms.
Yeah.
Okay. Now there is a hotel. There are people. There are people around. There are people visiting the place, but still not able to sell their rooms. There
Yeah.
comes in innovation. Can you
Yeah.
give me an example how to solve this problem when there is a hotel
Uh,
but still we don't have rooms, not selling rooms?
so they can add new features in the hotels. Like they can be like we are providing free Wi-Fi and we have AC rooms and all.
Services, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brilliant. And one more thing, there is space for another entrepreneur to enter the market. There is an
Yeah.
entrepreneur who build a hotel, but another entrepreneur can enter the market, build an online platform where people can see the rooms and book online,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So the first entrepreneur is building the enterprise by conventional means. You understand conventional
Yes,
means?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, old method. But an innovator moves ahead of an entrepreneur and provides technology, uses technology, leverages technology to solve a greater problem.
Yes, sir.
Like Oyo rooms, you must have heard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, whatever hotel's not selling, he said, okay, fine, I'll recreate everything, I'll brand everything in a way that people, and that's why you see, even worse of hotel rooms are being, sold.
Yeah.
Got that?
Yes, sir.
So, I hope the opportunity thing, the problem solving thing, okay, the
Yeah.
conventional and innovation thing is a bit clear to you,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Okay, great. Now, see, the definition that we discuss now is still 90%. It's not 100%.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you guess why?
Uh,
I mean, just to give you a hint, it is already written there in the PPT. You can
yes,
see.
sir. Uh, okay. So characteristics.
Now, what? I mean, come on, man. There are a lot of characteristics. Don't fool me. Just pick one. Just pick one. Just pick the most eminent one. Take
Profit.
it.
Profit.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. You know why? Now, that's good. See, tell me one thing. Do you have you heard about CSR, corporate social responsibilities?
Yeah.
You have heard about social services.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have heard about social developmental schemes, government schemes.
Yeah.
You have heard about social entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
How is it different from the entrepreneurship, compared to building a hotel?
So, because normal entrepreneurship is mostly like more generally focused on profit generation and revenue generation, whereas
That ends there. That's a brilliant. Remember, whenever you are writing the definition, it doesn't matter if you remember the name of an economist or Peter Drucker or not.
yeah,
If you know the components, okay, opportunity, seeing an opportunity, trying to solve a problem, okay, providing a solution to the problem, supplying
yeah,
it, okay, and the main thing is a profit motive. We are, when we talk about entrepreneurship, we are not here for a free lunch. Okay,
yeah,
an entrepreneur has the utmost motive of earning profit.
yes, sir.
Yes, and that's where if you see the international books and other Indian books also, they differentiate between entrepreneurship and social entrepreneurship to let others know the difference, and the difference
Yeah,
is profit motive, and that is why you will see those funds that are very much driven by profit are able to make much more effect and impact in their social responsibility. Why? Only when you have a profit, when you have a profitable business, you can contribute to the CSR fund.
yes, sir.
Imagine somebody, a lot of people, and let's say people with a various agenda, they talk about social responsibilities a lot, but they don't know where to get the money from.
Yeah,
So now what is the genesis of a business idea, the effort that you put, the all the problem solving that you do. What do you get as an entrepreneur? Tell me.
the profit.
You got that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Anything you want to ask me? Ask me anything.
No, it's okay. This, I know.
Fine.
Yeah,
Okay. So now I'll just ask you to go through the PPT. Okay.
okay.
Especially the second point.
Yes,
So
sir.
it says it is a ship on a voyage. Why? Why a ship on a
Uh,
voyage?
so because there is, it's like you need to, a market is very big, and you need to specifically find a solution to one problem or a, something like that.
Brilliant. No, you are right. You don't need to frame the whole sentence. You got it. See, the thing is, I tell you, why a ship on a voyage? Because you see an opportunity. That's the starting point, isn't it?
Yeah,
You see a problem. That's the starting point. Now you have to travel the whole way to problem solving. Getting people on board. The laborers. The labor must have heard about capital and labor, right?
yeah,
So you have to acquire those. You have to build a business. You have to supply the product. See if the people like it. Okay,
yes, sir.
increase the sales, right? Because you want to create a wealth, profit.
Yeah,
So isn't it a whole journey?
yes, it is.
That's what it means, nothing more than that. So they
Yes,
just
sir.
write it in a very, fashionable way. Otherwise, it's very simple. So that's why a voyage that has on board innovative, creative men and women. You know what innovation means?
Yeah,
Right? Trying to
yes, sir.
solve a problem using some technology. Even if you
Yes,
talk about cryptocurrency, they are trying to solve a problem. What? They are trying to decentralize finance.
yeah,
Okay. So today you have to send money, you have to go through all this Reserve Bank of India and Federal Bank of India's rules and regulations. Can't send more than this amount, right?
yeah,
With cryptocurrency, use your wallet, one click, and you're done with some 43, 45 lakh rupees, or
yeah,
Bitcoin is
instantly.
done, right? So that's innovation. Okay,
Yes, sir.
yeah. Now concentrate on the last sentence of the second point. They make a fortune out of the ideas. This was specifically written in your book, and that's why I underlined fortune. And I
Yeah,
hope that you know what fortune means for you.
yes, yes,
Profit motive, right?
yes, sir.
Fortune means when you have profit, you create wealth for yourself and the people who are working with you for the economy. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, just quick discussion on point number 3: characteristics of entrepreneurship. Okay. I think I think you know it all by now. We have discussed a lot,
Yeah,
isn't it? So obviously there is opportunity. What is an opportunity? An idea that you have, right?
yeah,
You have an idea that okay, I'll solve this problem. I'll bring this product and people will buy because people are in need of it, and nobody is supplying the product, right?
yes, sir.
The second is initiating steps to produce and sell goods and services. Obviously, is the first person to think and ideate, as we call it in startup world. You ideate, you
Yeah,
think about the product, and you build it, and you bring people on board, land, labor, capital on board. Right.
yes, sir.
The next is freedom to do what one likes to do. That's also correct. Most of the people are worn and torn by this 9 to 5 job, so they want to venture into their own businesses. Right.
Yes, sir.
I'm just reading it because when you read it, you have absolutely no issue with all its attendance, profits and risk. Now, no, we were 95% close because we talked about profit.
Yes, sir.
But to reach 100%, we have to respect the specific creature called risk.
Risk.
Because in everything that you do, you are putting so much effort, money, brain, and you are trying to make something out of it. Not every time you are profitable. Mostly, if you
Yeah,
see global economy, most of the businesses are not profitable. And when they are not
yes,
profitable, they lose on their wealth that they have saved and invested. Okay, and you have to
Yeah.
liquidate your company. That means close down your company, and that's a risk because you are losing in time and money.
Yes, sir.
Right? Your employees won't lose anything. They get paid when the business is closed. They'll switch to another job, but you lost it all. So, opportunity. See, just concentrate on keywords.
Yeah.
Opportunity, problem solving, okay,
Yeah.
solution,
Yeah.
innovative solutions.
Okay.
Okay, for profit motive, keeping in mind the risks.
Yeah.
There is nothing else that you can write in a definition about entrepreneurship, isn't it?
Interesting. Yeah.
And obviously, to do everything, if you see the third point and the last, characteristic, to do everything, you need to have some passion in life, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you are stuck in the 9 to 5 job.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's move on. So, I hope you have no doubt about anything that I've discussed, correct?
Yeah. Another.
Again, see, the thing is, in your book, there's a lot of repetition, a lot of
Yeah.
repetition. Yeah, I mean, I go insane while teaching. So what I do is, I try to touch the important thing from which they can frame questions, right?
Yes, sir.
And I try to discuss and decipher things so that even if you read a book and you have to write, you don't find it difficult because the jargons. You know what jargons are?
Yeah.
Jargons are
Jargons.
keyword used in a specific subject matter.
Oh, yeah.
So in entrepreneurship, you'll hear about profit, this, that, wealth and innovation. You're reading maths, you will learn about obtuse angle, right angle, triangle.
Yeah.
So these are jargons. So just learn the jargons and connect the concepts because now, mostly even after 1 or 2 years, I know many people, in my connection, after 1 to 3 years, they venture into their own entrepreneurial journey, right?
Yeah.
So just pick it up fast, discuss, and try to discuss a lot. Okay.
Yes, sir.
The first point, again, continuing with the characteristics. See, the thing is, they have written in a book, a true entrepreneur uses not only his or senses 1 to 5, right? He says five senses,
Yeah.
touch, smell, taste, and things like touch and things like that. But 6, 7, 8, 9, okay, these extra sensory features, okay, it is only
Yeah.
present in the entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Why? Why? Now that's a question that should stick with you for life if you really want to build something of your own.
Yes, sir.
The reason why. Let me tell you. See, most of the people cross the same road, face the same problem, have the same difficulties in their life. You had that same difficulty of finding a taxi, or finding a room in a hotel. But an entrepreneur is a one who has that level of senses that he can sense an opportunity there. So suppose you're not getting a taxi, a normal human being will start craving, complaining,
Yeah.
go to home, sleep. An entrepreneur will get excited and learn up more about it. Okay,
Yeah.
why there is no taxi? Okay, what is the business model? How much the taxi drivers are earning? How can I supply the taxi to this area? Right? How can I bring
Yes.
in more people? How can I build a platform that connects taxi with men, with
Yeah.
with people who want it? So I'll
Yes,
tell
sir.
you one thing. It is our first discussion. I'll tell you one thing. There is a science behind aggregator platform. You know what aggregator platform are? Like
No.
Uber.
Oh.
It's not a. I'll tell you an interesting thing in short. Maybe if we have future discussions, I'll let you know. And Uber is not a taxi service platform. You know what it is? It is an information platform.
Huh?
Ask me why.
Why?
So there are taxi drivers who were not getting jobs, who were not getting
Yeah.
businesses. Okay, and there were people. So suppose you are standing at your place, at your home. Okay, you want a taxi. So what you will do if there is no Uber, when there was no Uber, let's say, people would travel to take some footsteps, see that okay there is no taxi, then they'll choose some other means of transportation, right?
Yeah.
Exactly 1 kilometer away from you, there was a taxi driver, at a corner of road waiting for a client.
Yeah.
He saw that okay, I'm standing for 2 hours, not getting anybody, So what to do, man? A bad day. Let's return home. There comes an Uber, builds a platform, tells you that see exactly 1 kilometer away from you there is a taxi. He'll come within 5 minutes. Do you want it? At the same time, it informs the taxi driver that see there is a client exactly five minutes away from you. Do you want to give it a ride? Both of you agree. Okay, there is a
Yeah.
transaction. You pay the taxi driver let's say some 500 rupees. Uber
Okay.
says, see, I've done a lot of hard work. Give me 100 rupees, keep 400.
So they work on commission.
Yeah. So now tell me, is it a taxi drive? Is it a taxi service or is it a platform that provides information?
It provides information.
Isn't it the same with Oyo?
Yeah. Yeah. I was
Isn't
gonna
it?
say that.
Yeah, that's business. You know what we call it in economics?
Oh.
We call it in economics information asymmetry
Yeah.
because the consumer doesn't have full information, the
Yes,
seller
sir.
doesn't have full information.
Yeah.
Somebody smart enough with some basic tech, they will enter, inform you about the taxi driver, inform the taxi driver about you, and they'll charge the commission and sleep.
Okay. The mediator.
Yeah, so that's why we call it aggregator. We aggregate
Yeah.
various services on a platform, various sellers, various buyers, and connect matchmaking.
Yeah.
So next time you see a problem, okay, think about what I told you. Try to solve the problem of asymmetry of information. You will learn a lot. Earn a lot. Correct.
Yeah.
So again, I don't want to stretch this, because it's a limited half an hour class. You will waste your time. So see, the discussion that I'm giving you is a really high class, but the thing is we have a limited time, so we'll discuss it later. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is why it says that maybe other people use five senses, but the entrepreneur has to go beyond five senses because they have to grab an opportunity
Yes, sir.
that normal people miss, isn't it?
Yeah.
So 6 to 9 do not really exist, but she develops them through her exposure, experience, failure, following the concept of listening and understanding. So now, brilliant. Now just concentrate on what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Before this discussion, your senses were limited. After this discussion, your senses have grown to a level that whenever you see a business, you will try to find out what it is solving.
Yeah.
When you see Uber, Ola, Oyo, you know that they are not the taxi service providers. They're just trying to provide informations, solving
Yes,
the problem of information, lack of information, right? And obviously, when the business will try to grow, they will try to have their own taxi or own. Let's say you must have heard about Rapido.
Yeah.
So it was a bike service, bike taxi kind of a thing. So when
Yeah.
the service will grow to earn more, now Ola is trying to put in their own cars, okay,
Yes, sir.
so that they earn more. But their basic business model was to invite,
Information. Yeah.
to invite various car drivers and taxi drivers and people. Now they are trying to do something different. But that is the thing. Try to solve a problem. The problem was information. They solve it. Why they solve it? For profit motive.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, so you have time, right? Can I discuss? I mean, it was a half an hour discussion, but I want to take it forward if you like it. Not and
Yeah.
no. Okay. Okay. See, the thing is to discuss a lot. I need to be relaxed. Many times people have some other classes, so
Yeah.
We can continue for another 5 minutes. I mean, because he joined a little late, so the half an hour is not yet over. You can continue for another 5-6 minutes.
No, I can continue if he has time. I can go on for another
Yes,
half
sir.
an hour.
No, but yeah, he might have time, but actually the trial session is for
Yeah.
half an hour only. So
Okay.
once he
No
enrolls,
issues.
we can have longer sessions.
No issues. No issues. Okay, so let's move on to the second point, right?
Yes, sir.
So again, as I told you, a lot of repetition in your book. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I'll just read it, and if I see anything important, I'll tell you. See, you can read it with me. So basically, it says that business opportunity is an economic idea to create a business. As I told you, if you remember, profit motive. So profit is not a social idea, right?
Yes, sir.
We are not trying to provide people a free lunch or free cloth, right? When we earn a lot of money, then obviously we can donate, right?
Yes, sir.
But when we ourselves lack that wealth or profit, or our company is not able to create profit, we can't enter into the social field. So basically, it's an economic idea, not a social idea. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever you write an answer, be particular with it.
Yes, sir.
Again, now tell me this. I told you just now. It is written in different words. It is written, fill the void or gap in the supply side of the market for profit motive. For profit motive is by now clear. What is void and
Yes.
gap?
Void and gap is the same you can say as identifying the opportunity, like people's needs that they're not
Brilliant.
there already.
See, this is what they do. If you really learn the high concepts, they will write it in a different language every time, reaching the same place.
Yes, sir.
So gap means there is a gap in between. There's a gap between demand and supply. There is a demand but no supply, so that is a gap. So you have to fill the gap,
Yeah.
right? So again, in absence of profit motive, it becomes a social entrepreneurship. Okay? For example, environmental cause, social cause. For example, CSR. So CSR, corporate social responsibility. That is something that the companies have to do mandatorily. Okay, it is mandatory for the company to do CSR. For the betterment of the place they are operating in. They have to donate something. Yeah, just plantation of trees. Things like that.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to the other topics. That is evolution of entrepreneurship. See, the basic concept that I've given. If you just revise it once, the whole chapter is just fluid. Because now it is just about example and some new, some marginally new concepts, not anything new. For example, the new age business ventures are more idea centric and not just product centric. Okay, so again, coming back, I want to use one or two examples so that by the end of it you are able to create your own business idea and know why what you're trying to solve. So when I say idea centric, what does it mean? So see, a product business is when you try to sell something, some bread, some mobile phone, some better, let's say some better laptop versions, right? Shoes, sneakers. What is idea
Yes.
centric? Idea centric means, you see, things that are, that originate from some kind of, some of the problems that the society is facing. Okay, but it is not about providing just a product, because there is already availability of product. You need to do something more.
Yes, sir.
Right? What more we will learn below. The key, the key to success in business is not just inheritance. It is creation of more wealth and constant innovation, and from prevailing to the next big practice. Now I'll give you an example. You know that Ola was already providing taxi services, right?
Yeah.
Do you know Ola has started one more feature of intra-city courier service?
No, I didn't know that.
That's a brilliant business model. I'll tell you right now. So the thing is, what they're trying to do is, if you have to send a product from, let's say, Bombay to Delhi, you can do that easily. Okay, there are various platforms. But you want to send a product from one corner of the city to another corner, how will you do that?
Yeah.
So they already have a lot of taxi drivers roaming around the city. Okay,
Yes, sir.
they will take your product, and while they carry the passengers, they'll have a separate corner, okay, reserved
Yeah.
for a product. Let's say you have to send a book to your friend 10 kilometers away. You don't have time tomorrow. You have the examination. You just book it. Ola will keep that book in their car, and while they are traveling with the passengers, they will give that book to your friends. So you have delivered the product in city same day, saving your time and money. Isn't it idea
Yes.
centric?
Yeah, it is.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as mentioned.